hello, and welcome or welcome back to ASMR. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day or night. Tonight, we are going to be trying some sleep hacks that were recommended by random people on Reddit. I read through a lot of Reddit threads of people suggesting things that they do to help them fall asleep, and I was particularly interested in the things that people think about when they are trying to fall asleep. And I found a lot of ideas. I could probably do more parts of this if people enjoy it, but I tried to pick some that I have never heard of or never tried, and we're going to try them and see if any of them help you sleep. I will put timestamps, so if there is one in particular that you want to try out or you want to jump around, you can definitely do that. But let's see if any of these help you fall asleep. So for the first one, I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. Make sure that you're comfortable. Good. Now this one we are going to use to help set our intention for the remainder of this video. So we're going to be picturing in our mind a record player. So I want you to picture a record player. It could be one that you have, it could be a random one. Just picture it. And I want you to picture that there is a record spinning on the turntable. It's spinning. I want you to picture that you are putting the needle down onto the record player. So lift the needle, move it over, set it down, and you should hear that little scratchy sound as the needle picks up. What song is playing on the record player? What kind of music is it? Good. We are going to listen to the song for just a moment. So in your mind, picture the song. Imagine that you're hearing it. Good. And once we lift this needle up off of the record player, that song is going to stop and your thoughts are going to stop. Okay, so your thoughts are connected to this record player. Once we take the needle and lift it off of the record, your thoughts for tonight are going to end. All right, so imagine yourself. See your hand reaching out to the record player, lifting the needle up. The music stops and your thoughts stop. Nothing but silence in your mind. Good. Now, no more thoughts. We are shifting. We are in a new situation here. We are lying on top of the water. Do you hear the waves? Good. We're lying in the middle of the ocean. You are lying on top of the water, looking up at the sky. There's a sunset happening. The colors, the oranges and pinks and reds are warm on your face. beautiful. The water is lapping at you, but you are just comfortably floating. Now we're going to start to sink. So you are sinking slowly into the ocean. The water covers your face. You continue to breathe, even with water covering your face, as you sink down, down into the ocean. Now, looking up, you can see the sunlight through the water, dimly, up far above you. As we move down, you'll notice your body is beginning to feel heavier, and the light is beginning to get darker. There's not as much sun down here. It's warm and still and quiet. You can't see any light anymore. Your body is heavy as it sinks down into the ocean. It's still, it's quiet, and you're continuing to fall. You're not reaching the bottom of the ocean. You are still falling. You can't move any part of your body. You can't lift your arms or your legs or even turn your head. The weight of all of that water above you is pushing down on you and holding you down in the ocean. You continue to sink. You continue to fall. Continue picturing yourself as you fall down the ocean, down into the ocean. You can hear nothing. You can see nothing, even with your eyes open. There's no light anymore above you. You can't see anything around you. All that you can feel is the weight of that warm, heavy water. Not only just from above, but all around your body. Pressure from the tons and tons of water all around you. You're sinking and sinking. It's pitch black all around you by now. You could continue sinking forever. You would never, ever reach the bottom of the ocean. You would just continue to fall. A slow, controlled fall, but still a fall. Something that you can't control. The environment around you is controlling. Good. Continue sinking down into the ocean. And now we're going to shift again. Next, with your eyes still closed, picture where your nose is. Bring your focus towards the tip of your nose, still with your eyes closed. Look and focus in that direction. While your eyes are continue to focus on the tip of your nose, I'm going to give you a word. Your word is ocean. I want you to think of a word, any word that starts with the letter O. Good. If you can, I want you to try to find a word that is not related to the ocean. Next, think of an unrelated word that starts with the letter C. We are moving through all the letters in the word ocean, thinking of unrelated words. Good. Still with your eyes looking at the tip of your nose, I want you to think of a word that starts with the letter E. Any unrelated word. And next, I want you to think of a word that starts with the letter A. As you know, it should be an unrelated word that starts with the letter A. And finally, think of an unrelated word that starts with the letter N. Good. I kind of combined two here. One of them was to just focus on the tip of your nose, and one of them was thinking of words that start with the letters from another word. That was one that I saw quite frequently. You can relax your eyes, and we're going to shift again. I want you to picture a fruit, whatever fruit that you can think of. Imagine the fruit is floating in the dark space directly in front of you with your eyes closed. It's just floating there. There's nothing else floating, just the fruit. We're going to examine this fruit in 3D. I would like you to rotate the fruit in one direction, 90 degrees. And picture it. What does the fruit look like here? Does it look the same as it did when you first pictured it? Does this fruit look the same no matter which direction you picture it from, or does it look different? Let's rotate it 90 degrees in the same direction. You should now be looking at the back of that fruit and seeing what it looks like. Does it look the same as the front? Does it look different? Is your fruit bruised at all? Are there any imperfections, or is it a perfect fruit? Rotate it 90 degrees again. Looking at that final side of it. I now want you to rotate it so that you're looking at the top. So you're looking down at the fruit from the top. What does it look like from this direction? The top of the fruit floating in the dark space. Good. And again, we're going to now rotate it so that we are looking at the bottom of the fruit. How does it look from the bottom? Same as the top or different? And now rotate back to one of those sides, maybe the front, the part where you started, but maybe not. And we're going to zoom in on the fruit. Bring that fruit closer to you. It should be really close now. You can see all of the details on its surface. What does it look like from that close? What can you see? As you're zoomed in, rotate however you please to continue looking at other sides of the fruit. Good. Now we are going to zoom out. Continue zooming out further and further and further until the fruit disappears in the distance and it is so small that you can no longer see it. And let's bring another object. I want you to picture a shoe that you own. One of your shoes. Just one, not the pair. How did the shoe appear in your mind? Are you looking at the side? Are you looking at the front? What part are you looking at? however it appeared, I want you to rotate it so that you're looking now at the back, the heel of the shoe. What does it look like from this direction? Does it have a logo? Does it have some type of zipper or other fastening? What texture is it? And rotate it completely around so that you're looking at the front of it, where your toes would be. What can you see from this direction? Is it scuffed? Is it dirty? Or is it perfectly clean? Is it a new shoe or an old shoe? Now rotate so you're looking at the inside of the shoe. Is there a pattern? Is there a logo? What can you see? And back to the other side, the outside of the shoe. Again, do you see a logo? What texture is it? Is it clean or dirty? And now we're going to picture that we're looking inside the shoe. So rotate the shoe so that you can look inside of it. If it's some type of sandal or maybe certain types of heels, there may not be a tongue that you have to lift back so that you can look inside of it. What does the inside of the shoe look like? Is there a label telling what size it is? And now zoom out, flip the shoe over, and let's examine the bottom of it. Is it dirty? When we zoom in our mind's eye, what is trapped within the tread of your shoe? Rocks, sand, grass, what do you see? What does the tread of the shoe look like? Can you picture that? Zoom up close so that you can really see whatever there is. And zoom out. And again, let's zoom all the way out, further and further, until the shoe disappears. And now we are going to shift again. While you're lying in bed, I want you to picture yourself standing up out of bed. We're not actually moving, we're just imagining it. You stand up, and I want you to walk through your house to your kitchen. However you get there. Maybe it's a long walk, maybe it's a short walk. Make your way over to your kitchen. Good. You enter your kitchen and you look into the sink, and there are some dirty dishes in the sink that we need to clean. You walk over to the sink, you lift the first dish. It's a plate that is dirty that needs to be cleaned. I want you to pick up the plate. Let's turn the water on, get it nice and warm. Get the plate wet and put some soap on it. Let's grab a sponge and we'll begin to clean the plate. Let's clean the top of the plate. Look down at your hands, watch yourself cleaning the plate. Flip it over and clean the bottom. Let's rinse the plate off till we get all of the suds off and place it in the dish rack on a towel somewhere where it can dry. And let's grab our next dish. The next dish is a bowl. Grab the bowl, lift it up. Let's repeat the process. we're getting the bowl wet, getting some soap, and using the sponge to clean the bowl. Let's clean the inside of the bowl, flip it over, clean the outside and the bottom of the bowl, rinse it off. Good, make sure it's all clean. Take a look at the bowl. Look again, make sure you didn't miss any parts. Good, okay, and set it aside to dry. The last thing that you have is a spoon. So let's pick up that spoon, get it wet, clean it with the sponge. Maybe it has a little bit of food dried onto it, so you might have to scrub a little bit harder to get that off. And rinse it off and set it aside to dry. Now that your dishes are all clean, let's wash your hands. Make sure that your hands are all clean before we head back to bed. Okay, and dry your hands on a towel. We are going to walk back to your room. Once you get back to that same room that you're sleeping in, I want you to picture what the outside of the door looks like. You're standing right outside of your room. You're looking at the door. Let's open the door and head into the room. When you're standing in the room, I want you to turn your head all the way to the right. What can you see when you're in this room and your head is turned all the way to the right? Okay. And then I want you to turn your head all the way to the left. What do you see with your head turned all the way to the left? If you can, list 3 items that you can see if you are standing in the door of your room and your head is turned all the way to the left. Okay. I want you to bring your head back to center and I want you to look up at your ceiling. What does your ceiling look like? Is there some type of light fixture on your ceiling? What does it look like? Do you have any other things hanging from the ceiling in your room? And now let's look down at the floor. What does the floor of your room look like? Do you have some type of rug on the floor? And lift your head and look straight ahead. If you walk right into your room and look straight ahead, what would you see? Tell me 3 things that you would be able to see if you were looking straight ahead. Good. I want you to walk over towards your bed. I want you to stand next to your bed as if you're about to get into bed and look down at it. What does your bed look like? What type of blankets are on your bed, or pillows, any stuffed animals, anything else that you have on your bed? I want you to imagine yourself climbing into bed. Pull the blankets up, get yourself comfortable, arrange yourself however you like to sleep, and picture yourself closing your eyes. We are going to now shift. This is our final sleep hack for tonight. And one person suggested that what they do is lie in bed and repeat a phrase over and over until they fall asleep. And the phrase that they repeat to themselves is, "Don't think." So I am going to repeat the phrase, "Don't think," And then when I stop, I want you to continue repeating this phrase over and over in your mind as you feel yourself drifting off. Don't think. All right? Don't think. 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 Don't think.